everybody. Registered Holistic Nutritionist Megan Esser with ITL Health. A very common question people ask is, can I get enough magnesium through food? Now, the answer is yes, you can, but you have to be very deliberate about it. We would always recommend that you get nutrients through whole foods, and some people really prefer not to take anything, whether it's supplements or medications. They would rather get everything from food. Now, the big problem with magnesium, number one, is that due to inorganic farming practices, we don't have as much magnesium in our soil as we did 50 years ago, which means not as much magnesium would go into our plants or our foods. It's estimated that we have about 30% less. So we're already starting at a 30% deficit in that way. Another problem is that a lot of magnesium-rich foods are also high in oxalates. Now, oxalates have two negative charges, and magnesium has two positive charges. So when oxalates go to leave our body, which we do want them to leave so they don't cause other health problems, they often bind to magnesium because the two positives and the two negatives go together, and they basically just flush the magnesium right out of your body so you don't absorb any. Now, how can we avoid that? Well, a big thing is to learn how to properly cook our foods and learn which foods to cook and which foods to eat raw. So a lot of people see that magnesium is high in whole grains and leafy greens. Now, those are also high in oxalates. So we want to cook our leafy greens more than we want to eat them raw to prevent the oxalates from flushing the magnesium from our body. And with things like whole grains, nuts, and seeds, we have to properly soak them and help them break down before we cook them so that we can help break down the oxalates in the body. Yet another problem of magnesium in food is that it's depleted in food processing, and food cooking. So let's say we are cooking leafy greens, let's say we're boiling them, the magnesium easily leaches into the water. One solution to this would be to drink that water or use it in a soup later. And another solution, again, is eating it raw. But as we know, with some foods, the presence of oxalates can create a problem. Now, if you're eating any processed foods, pre-prepared foods, any processed foods, even like quick oats or things like that, you're often not getting as much magnesium as you would see that a whole oat contains because of the food processing. Magnesium is easily depleted in food. Magnesium is responsible for 80% of what our body does. Not fully responsible, but used as a cofactor. So it's very important that we get enough magnesium. Because it's so difficult to get proper magnesium through whole foods, and you really have to cook, prepare, and track everything, it's highly recommended that you take a magnesium supplement. Some research suggests that 80% of the global population is deficient in magnesium. So that just goes to show how difficult it is to get from our food. We highly recommend a well-absorbed magnesium supplement. Not all magnesiums are created equal. That's why we have Meg 365 Ionic Magnesium Powder and Prismag Pure Magnesium Bisglycinate Capsules. If you'd like to order any of these, please don't hesitate to click the links below to order from online retailers, or definitely check out your local health food store, as we always love it when they get full support from customers. Thank you so much for listening. Don't hesitate to reach out with any questions, and have a great day. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.